Hello, it's back to me doing my video again. This is the second video that's official. This one is myths and misconceptions and frequently asked questions about the ketogenic lifestyle. I've known about low carb for a long time, but I had no idea that it was high fat rather than high protein. I'd always known it was quite a good way to lose weight, but I always wondered about the long-term benefits. Is it really safe? Will I keep the weight off? I had so many questions, and then in December just gone, I decided I was actually going to go for it. I had all the questions answered and I was just going to do it. There's so much I don't like to use trolls. Let's use the word troll. There's a lot of people out there trying to talk you out of this lifestyle, but you need to know the truth. You need to know the people that have really studied it, and I used this word a lot last time, but I'm going to say it again. You need to know how to do it in a well formulated and safe way. But my questions were, first one, am I going to get constipated? Our government has been telling us for years we must have fibre and it's best if it comes from healthy whole grains. As it turns out, these are not even healthy. As long as you formulate it, I'm going to say that word again, I'm going to try not to use that word too many times, but it's important to get plenty of fats, good fats. What are good fats, you say? Which fats are you eating? Well, this isn't the best quality one, but let's show you this. This is coconut oil. I do try and get the extra virgin ones and organic ones if I can, but if I can't afford it, I'll get this one. Works just as well. It's called a medium chain triglyceride, I believe, which is very well tolerated by the body and so healthy. And the best butter to use, all over the world people know this is the one to use. It's grass-fed butter. It means that the cows that you got it from are eating fantastic foods, and that's all going to go into you. So this is butter. I haven't eaten it for years. It was so taboo, so I'm so glad it's back in my life. Other good fats. Cheese. Yes. I don't eat it all the time. I'm trying to cut it down a little bit, but this is all good fats, guys. If you do it right and you get plenty of water and plenty of fats and you get it in all the right proportions, you are going to have perfectly good movements down below. Don't want to get too in detail, but my movements are better than they were before. In fact, it would be safe to say my poos are great, thank you. I also had another question. Fantastic, I may look great, but am I going to have stinky breath? Am I going to smell? I trawled all over the internet for this and didn't get a definitive answer, so I just thought I'd just test it out on myself. And the reality is, once you are keto adapted, the smells go away. So you do get a tiny bit in the beginning as your body is switching over. If, like me, you've been eating carbs for many years, it's a bit of a transition. Your body knows what to do, but it's got to figure it out. So you've got to get those carbs really low. The more you stick to it, don't mess about. If you're going to cheat lots, it's going to delay your adaptation period, so you've really got to stick to it, and then you'll get through those symptoms super quick, and any breath you might get will be gone. Just stay away from people for a week and you'll be absolutely fine. Another thing I was thinking about, all this butter and all this cream, I'm going to have really high cholesterol and have a heart attack and die. This is another myth. Google it, guys. Also, there's a fantastic book called Jimmy Moore, Cholesterol Clarity and Keto Clarity. You know, back in the 50s we were told that we had to stop eating cholesterol, it was going to kill us, the fat was going to kill us. But back in 2003, the message came out that it wasn't going to kill us, but hey, none of us know about it. This was 12 years ago now he admitted he was wrong, this particular man. But the message hasn't got through yet. It's got through in Sweden, but it's going to take a little bit long to filter around to everybody else. But no, saturated fat is not going to kill you. It's carbohydrates that are the real enemy. When you don't eat carbohydrates anymore, your body just burns off the saturated fat, and quickly. It doesn't hang around. Cholesterol is there for a purpose. It's an important function in our body. Our bodies need fat and they need cholesterol to function. So many people, as I said in my last video, are sick because they are not eating any fat. They're just eating lots and lots of processed foods that say low fat on them. Our bodies don't like that food. We like real natural food that's come from the land and the sea and the air, but nothing that's been come out of a factory. I had a wonderful quote this morning. It said, "Man are the only species who've been able to process our own foods, but we're also the only species stupid enough to eat it." I like to eat things with one ingredient when I can, 2 maximum, and if sugar's in the ingredient I don't eat it. I gave up sugar in October and I don't miss it at all now. I'm 17 weeks in and I just feel wonderful without it. It really is just an addictive drug that just sends us crazy. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent now. I was going to talk about sugar in another video. What do I eat? Well, I've already shown you I eat my fantastic fats. I've also got a jug here to show you, some amazing specimen here. I made some wonderful lamb casserole the other day, and then because I like to eat all of the animal, I saved all of my stock. When it was in the fridge, it had a thick of clod. It takes a little while to get used to the taste of fat again, because we've had it drummed into us that it's bad for so long, that the taste of it has become alien to us. So in the beginning, you know, you're going to find the taste of butter quite strong and the taste of all those animal fats quite bizarre, but the more you eat them, the more you realise how great they are for you, the more you start to really love it. And I now think the taste of fat is incredible. I actually can't imagine going into a shop now and buying some processed low fat depressing slimming bar of some sort. Oh, the thought of it just is disgusting to me now. Like I said, there's an expert that you want to follow, Jimmy Moore. He's a man who's probably, I think he's halved his body weight now. I'm not sure of his exact loss at the moment, but I know he started out at just under 400 pounds. I'm sure he won't mind me saying it. He's a great testimony to this lifestyle. Also, Jeff Volek, V-O-L-E-K. You've got to see his videos on YouTube for more clarity. As I said in my last video, I'm not an expert. I'm just someone who's passing on my experience. They're the people that they're going to tell you. I hope I'm looking at the camera still. I thought I wasn't looking at the camera, so you're going to think I'm a bit weird. This is my second ever YouTube video, so I do apologise if it's not very clear. But do follow those guys. Those guys really know what they're talking about. If you go onto YouTube and find a video about keto adaptation or a ketogenic diet, the low carb, high fat diet, and it's someone telling you it's bad, either they haven't tried it, or they've heard of someone else that hasn't done it properly, or they've not done it properly. And they're reading stuff about people that just don't know how to do it properly. When it's done properly and you go back to the way we're supposed to eat, it works beautifully. I'm so pleased with the way my clothes are hanging off me these days. I've gone through 2 sets of clothes. I'm getting clothes out of the loft that I hadn't even imagined I'd even going to get into for a long time. And certainly if I've been doing a low fat diet, there's no way I'd be in these clothes. No way. And how long to adapt? People want to know, how long is it going to take me to adapt? Well, like I said with the slight breast issue in the beginning, if you stick to it 100% and you have got the right information from the word go and you know exactly what you're doing, it shouldn't take too long, but it can take a minimum of 2 weeks, even for the most formulated plan. This is not a quick diet. This isn't a see how much weight you can lose in a week to get into the bikini. This is a long-term lifestyle, one that you tweak and adapt. Minimum 2 weeks to be so that your body knows what it's doing, up to perhaps 4 to 6 weeks, and other people who may be just really metabolically broken from all the dieting and all the rubbish. Some bodies just take longer to get the point. If you do cheat, it's going to take longer. You can't just dip in and out. If you want to keto adapt and quickly and start to get those amazing weight losses, make sure you don't eat too much, you eat to your appetite, lots of water, a dash of salt in everything to keep the body going, and lots of massively high quality fats, and just a moderate amount of protein. You can go to a keto calculator on Google that will tell you exactly the right amounts. You don't need to be obsessive about this, but it gives you a good idea of what to aim for. I think that's all the questions that I had, other than the really big myth in that it was high protein. This is not a high protein plan, guys. This is a high fat plan. I think that's what put me off years ago doing this, but we know a lot more about it now. Atkins knew what he was talking about, but he still wasn't quite there. Studies are constantly being done every day. Even as we speak, there'll be a study now being done to see how great this is. When governments do studies, though, unfortunately, they do it for 3, maybe 4 days because of the cost. You cannot tell how this lifestyle is going to work for you in 3 to 4 days. It's got to be long term. But anyway, hopefully that's cured some of your misconceptions and myths and questions you might have. If you have any more, do comment. Please keep the comments you know, clean and kind. You know, as I said before, I'm just a normal, ordinary girl who's just finding her way in this lifestyle and wanted to share my experience. If you've got any questions, though, put them on, and then we can have another idea for another video. And have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.